And a moment happened on the show that changed it forever.
Wow.
And I've learned, never say I got this many points. I got 2 points, I got 3 points, I got 4 points. Never say that on live television. Say, I got 3 points. I got 1. I did 2. After 2, I realized I forgot 3.
You forgot the third, right.
And I'm like in my head going, oh crap, it's not coming to me. And I'm running out of words on point number 2. What's next?
Hey, come on in, welcome. This is Michael Strahan's Man Cave, everyone. Unbelievable. It's our premiere episode of Mac Daddy, the one and only Michael Strahan. This is a pretty darn cool man cave. You got some Moet, you can just order one of those. You need a little champagne, Michael's got that covered. And he's got a pretty nice collection of cars in here. And as you can see, pretty darn impressive. We'll get into this and a lot more with Mr. Strahan. Episode 1, we're here. It's Mac Daddy, finally.
All right, welcome everyone. It's edition numero uno, the first ever episode of Mac Daddy presented by Volition. We are so happy to be here with our man, Mr. Michael Strahan, Patrick McEnroe, Richard, Big Daddy Salgado.
Richard.
Big Daddy Salgado. So I guess the first question has to be, how do you know this guy?
Okay. Well, first of all, I don't know Richard. I think that you get a podcast and the cameras get on your face and you change your name. You know how people
That
get
could
cameras
happen,
and they
yes.
do that. I know Rich, Big Daddy Salgado. I don't even know how we met. We just met like
Ready? I know how.
how?
Mark Cooper, Rolling Stones concert at
I
MetLife.
met live with
Wow.
Mick Jagger's running down that long walkway and doing his thing.
And he's still doing
my
it.
God. And he's still
He's
doing
still
it.
doing it. 80, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 80, yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
And he was, man, he worked. Like he worked. But yeah, from there, and then we just hit it off.
So this was
And-
when you were obviously on the Giants.
Yeah, I was still playing.
Yeah.
I was still playing. A long time. I played a long time with Daddy-O. He used to bring us pizzas for the game. It's a superstition.
Yeah. Every
And
Friday night, right?
Every Friday, and we go way back. There's some stories we can tell about each other that you better not even think about telling. If we even think about telling.
See, he's a TV rookie. He's got his phone off.
But I
you
can't
know?
even be mad at him because
Yeah.
I know him well
You know-
enough
you
that I
that's-
know that was an
that's gonna
honest
happen.
mistake.
That's going to happen.
Thank you.
But congratulations on the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank
we're
you.
excited.
Yeah.
We're excited about it.
And I love the name.
Mac Daddy.
Mac
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah, a little P Mac here, a little Big Daddy over here.
As he always says to me, this is Big Daddy, you know. He goes, I'm shy and misunderstood.
I like when you said to me when I thanked you for letting us come to your man cave, which is pretty spectacular,
Thank you.
by the way.
Yeah, this is outstanding.
When you said, "Well, I got to get Big Daddy off my back to finally
Yes.
do this interview," you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Was he just pestering you nonstop?
I'm like Secretariat, man. He's just riding me until I get it off my back. But no, you know what? I love him, right? I really do. And I want to support him in everything that he does. And I have so much respect for you.
Thank you.
And I love watching you do your other day job.
I appreciate
So
that.
yeah, I respect and love you guys. So why wouldn't I want to do it? And it's fun. I mean, talking to friends, what's better than that?
What's better than that? Well, we're happy to be here in your spot. Tell us a little bit about the early years of Michael Strahan. The
Man.
Houston years.
The Houston years.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in Houston,
Yeah.
but the crazy thing is I actually grew up in Germany.
Yeah,
And then
my brother was born on the Air Force Base in Wiesbaden.
Oh yeah,
in
not far
Germany.
from me.
Not far from where you were.
Right, not far
Yeah.
from Mannheim.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I came back and went to my senior year of high school in Houston, at least half of it,
Mm-hmm.
5 or 6 months. Stayed with my uncle Art, played football.
And Art played in the NFL,
He
right?
played in 7
Yeah.
years. Yeah. Atlantic Falcons, Houston Oilers. Played up in Canada a little bit, but yeah, I stayed with him. He would take me in the front yard, and he would try to show me pass rush techniques and
Right.
stuff. But I wasn't. I mean, I was a kid, man. My uncle used to slap me around that front yard. I might as well have been out
You
there
were like
with Deacon
17,
Jones.
18?
Yeah, I was like 16.
So
16.
I remember hearing you speak. It was right after you'd won the Super Bowl and you retired and you were just starting your broadcast career. And it was the March of Dimes luncheon. Remember you did that? They honor an athlete and someone from the business, the TV business, huge crowd. And you told the story that when you were in Germany, that you mostly played other sports, that you didn't even play organized football until your late teenage years. Is that
I
accurate?
played when I was in North Carolina at 7, 8 years old.
You did,
We moved
okay.
to Germany. And over there, I didn't do anything really. I didn't play soccer because they run too much. I'm like, soccer guys just run, man.
A lot of running.
Yeah,
And they don't. And I didn't know until recently, to be honest with you, that if you come out the game, you're out.
Can't go back in. Yeah.
Yeah, I need a break.
Yeah, there's
That's
no
football.
blows. You don't
Perfect
get a
for
blow
me.
in soccer. No.
And so I didn't do that. I not a little basketball, a little baseball, but nothing really organized. And till I came back from high school and to play football. And as my dad said, you're going to get a scholarship. And I think because I just didn't know it wasn't hard, that it was supposed to be hard, that I did it.
Did you start right away as a lineman?
Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
When I was 7 years old, I played defensive end.
Okay.
When I was 8 years old, I played defensive tackle and offensive tackle. And as a senior in high school, they put me at defensive end. And I went to college, they just kept me there. A little stint here of tight end here or there, but
Mostly the end, yeah.
Nah, I don't want
But
to
no,
get hit.
like, you didn't have any, like, real training
No.
for football.
Training was watching TV. Training was
Well,
watching
you must have been
guys-
doing something outside. You know, must have been doing something to be so athletic. I mean, what were you running? Were you,
Well, when I was 13 years old
Yeah.
in Germany, my brothers and their friends, I used to hang out with them, and I was the youngest of six. They called me Bob. And Bob meant booty on back.
okay.
They say-
Right, okay.
They had a big ass,
All right,
right?
yeah.
And they had the jokes used to be like, oh, you can reach for your wallet like that.
Right.
And stuff like that. So I started working out. And I bought the Jane Fonda workout book, VHS tapes, and I bought the Herschel Walker workout
That's a
book.
sight I think I'd like to see. You doing the Jane
No,
Fonda
I did
workout
it.
tapes.
I did all of it. No leg warmers, but I did the full thing.
Right.
But when TV breaks used to come in commercials, I would get on the floor, and because Herschel Walker was coming out of the University of Georgia, and I met him. He came to Heidelberg, Germany, and I met him when I was 13, and for doing something with Polaroid, and it was about push-ups and sit-ups and not needing weights. So I started doing push-ups and sit-ups during commercial breaks. I would do the Jane Fonda leg lifts and butt lift stuff during commercial breaks, and my dad saw me, and he asked me what I was doing at first.
Yeah.
Then when he realized how serious I was, he said, I'll work out with you. So he went and bought the Muscle and Fitness magazines, Joe Viter, Leiter,
Yeah, I remember getting those, yeah.
and he would write out programs and make books, and we would go to the gym, and you write your weight, your exercise. He had programs out of Muscle and Fitness, and we did that for years, like 3 years of working out with my dad, until eventually my senior year, he said, you want to play football? Yeah. But he saw it before I never saw anything.
And you saw it as a way to go to college, basically? You were going to go to college anyway.
I saw it as a way just to work off my big butt. You know, I didn't want to be Bob. You know what I'm saying? I needed to work off the baby fat.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be Bob. That was my whole motivation. My dad's motivation, probably because he didn't want to pay for college.
That's good motivation right there.
That's good motivation, yeah.
I think that's why I took a lot of tennis lessons, too. That helped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, we all have our motivations. But the great thing about my dad, he was a win guy, not an if guy. So he said win, win, win. When it happens, when this happens, when you go back to the States, when you get a scholarship. And it never let me doubt myself. And I think that helps in my life now. I just look at something, if I want to do it, I figure out a way to do it. And it's a matter of when, not if. And I think that's been the underlying lesson throughout my life that I learned growing up. And he sent me to live with my uncle and ended up with one scholarship offer.
Speaking of B.O.B., Big Daddy, how was he with the pizzas on those nights, Friday nights?
He was good. I mean, at first it was kind of funny when I came the first time. Hey, who's that for? I was like, oh, it's for Stray. And they're like, well, why only Stray? Like what's the story? And it was Tiki Barber. So, got a little jealous. Yeah, I got a little jealous. So,
I understand it now.
You're not surprised.
So,
Not
so,
surprised.
and then all of a sudden 1 led to 2, 2 led to 10, 10 led to 15.
Left to the whole team.
Yeah, and it was like,
Right, everybody there.
it was funny. Everybody's like, well, Big Daddy, I didn't know you owned a pizzeria or what, and I'm like, no, I don't. This is just eat it. Don't ask
Everybody
somebody.
did think you owned a pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Right,
did.
we just
Yeah.
brought it in. Yeah.
But the pizzas were great. Man, I don't even know how. We had to unload the car sometime with all these pizzas.
Yeah,
They
it
wheel them
was
in
the
on
old. It was
cartons,
the old stadium, so you could pull down.
pull
remember?
down into it.
Into the gate area, and then they'd come out with a cart and whatnot, and it always went in the equipment room. And then I would say, I'm not here to police it.
Right.
I'm just here the delivery
Deliver
guy.
it, right.
So, you go to the powers that be, and if they allow you to have it, God bless you.
Well, it was used to Bright Green on Friday, so
Yeah, Fridays.
it was after weigh-in.
Right.
So a lot of
you
guys
had a
already
little-
weighed in.
yeah,
They
yeah.
could eat a little extra. If
then
you
you
had
had
brought
the
it
day- and then you had
before
the next day
weigh-in,
off.
it would have
Yeah.
probably sat there and went cold.
Right. Right.
But yeah, these guys were able to eat it after weigh-in. So it was good. But it was great, and that was fun because guys became superstitious about the pizza too.
Right.
And if we didn't get it, there was going to be a problem with Big Daddy.
Yeah, there was only twice that it didn't come because one time it was early on in the year because in 07 because after a loss, you don't want to come by and
Yeah.
whatnot. So okay, got it. Then they, the one thing that was great about that year for me was I felt like I was on the team because I was going everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, home, away. I'm flying with the owner. I'm like doing all this
big
stuff.
time in us. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And and like I'm down on the field, and so it was such a memorable run. And the one thing that I always remember about that year that was really fun, and I kind of shared this with a couple people. Remember, you win the Super Bowl. We're on the side. We're on the field celebrating and whatnot. And Biff from NBC comes over to us and says, Michael, how great is you could be celebrating with your dad on the field because and I remember that. Remember, he thought I was your father.
You do remember. Right.
He thought I was your father, right?
I'm like, there's no way this came from that.
That is too much. That is too much.
But I do remember him
Yeah,
coming
right.
over and saying that. Oh man. But that was what we did. We've had a great, I would say, easily 25-year run or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty darn
And
good.
we've been everywhere.
It's kind of
done-
weird because I think about it like the Super Bowl was 19 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
19 years ago, you retired.
2007.
Wow.
After that
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. I got to ask you, because you said something before about Michael always wanting to do something that maybe you didn't know if you could do it, but just trying stuff, which is obviously what you built now your whole career on after football. Did you know that Super Bowl was going to be your last game?
I kind of felt it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of knew. It was. Had we lost?
Maybe the
I
edge
think
would have been
because
there.
I experienced losing one before and then the next year not even making it,
Right.
I probably would have said that was it. That was as close as I was just going to get in my career. And I came back that year, not to win the Super Bowl, to be honest with you. Came back that year to have fun. Because all the other years, I was so concerned about being great or making a great team and being a leader and making sure that every guy, you doing your job, that
right.
guy ready, is he ready? And that was the one year I said, you know what, I'm going to have fun. It's his job to get ready.
Yeah, right.
Grown man.
Let Tom
Why
Coughlin
am-
take care of that. Yeah.
Why am I over here barking at grown men and trying to motivate grown men? Now, there were times, of course, as a leader, you got to motivate guys. But I didn't go in every day feeling like I got to police guys.
Right.
I would watch guys. I'd give advice. I'd tell guys to pick it up when they need to pick it up. But on the game day, I trusted.
Would guys come to you and ask you
Absolutely.
advice? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I trusted guys. And that was the biggest difference in that year. I went back to just have fun and not worry about sacks, not worry about Pro Bowls, not worry about anything. I just want to have fun. And ended up rolling into a freaking Super Bowl win, which I look back now and I think I'm like the luckiest man on the planet because that changes your life.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
when you win it.
It really does, especially in New York City. And I love it when I'm out and about and people come up and say, Michael, thank you for 2007. I'm like, no, it worked out well for me.
right.
Thank you.
I'm still
you
here.
know?
Yeah.
So I'm not someone who takes it lightly on winning, especially here in New York. I know it's completely changed my life. So I'm eternally grateful to all my teammates and coaches, the organization, everybody, for pulling that one out, man.
That was big. Yeah, that was big for New York.
Yeah.
For everyone. Going into your broadcasting career, because I've always admired you so much for your ability to jump into being the star in the football world, with Fox, and then even more impressively, what you've been able to do in the morning show on GMA. What was the sort of the leap like, the transition like for you when you first started? Yeah.
Scary as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't.
You're like a little puppy dog.
It looks easy.
Yeah, right. Well, you make it look easy, right?
No.
Yeah.
It looked easy to me too.
Right, right.
Like I was one of the guys at home who watched this football shows and go, "Oh, I could do that." Right.
Right.
Whatever. And I'll never forget the first show, because we don't rehearse. At Fox from day one, we've never had, we're going to do rehearsal shows, and then we're going to figure it out. In the business, it's like sink or swim.
Yeah, they just put you up there and say, if you're good, you're good. If you're not, you're out.
If you're not, you're not. And there's no, like NFL has the broadcast school now. They got all these different things during the summer for guys. We didn't have any of that. It was, you do interviews and they ask you questions, or then I would do the best damn sports show, period. And during my bye weeks or off weeks or something, I would go like host for the week to get a feel for it. But I had no TV experience in a bigger capacity than that. And we are rehearsing the first show, and we don't really rehearse. You just kind of go for camera angles.
Ideas,
But I am just blah, 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 blah. I feel good. I'm going to crush this, man.
I'm on this,
Hey. Then that camera came on, when that show came on, all of a sudden Bradshaw was like, Howie is, Jimmy, and I'm like,
What? It's like game time.
Like game time. All these thoughts that I had in my head during rehearsal that I was just crushing with, gone. And I remember saying something, and I look at Jimmy in commercial break, and I'm like, anything I say makes sense?
Right.
And he's like, I don't know, I wasn't listening to you. I said, thank you, Coach. I appreciate you.
Thanks for the help.
It was scary. In the first 3 weeks, I'm like, I'm good. Like, Giants asked me to come back.
They asked you to come back and play.
Yeah.
It was so funny so now he's doing the TV thing. OC gets hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name who.
Right at camp.
Yeah,
too.
right
They
out of
called
camp.
me
It was the
for a
first
camp
week
over.
at camp. So then I get a phone call. Dude, you got to talk to Stray. I'm like, what am I going to say to him? He's like done. He's already in L.A. I go,
I'm in Greece.
I'm
in Greece.
No,
when they
so the
called me.
funniest thing is, Big Daddy, what do you think the number is it's going to take Stray to come back? I'm like, don't even come in here unless it's 10 or up, right? And I just said that just so they would leave me alone. But, all right, tell them, 10's a number. So I sent him a note. I'm like, dude, again, I'm in the middle of this. Boom. And
You're a good agent.
remember he was like, he wrote back. He goes, man, that's a tough number, Daddy.
I turned down.
It's not now. Like if I retired now, does it come back? I'd be like, number 40.
Say 40
Now
to
they
50,
got me 40, 50 million bucks.
And
Like
that's,
nothing.
that's why I gave that number, because back then,
That was
10 was a lot of money.
yeah, I was like, that'll be the number,
thought
either
about it.
yay or nay.
No, you know what? I really deeply thought about it.
Yeah, he wrote. I remember when you wrote me, you said,
I was going, man, 10 million. I knew what Fox was going to pay me. Wasn't 10 million. And I'm sitting there in Greece, and they're like, you can come back. We're not going to wear you out in training camp. We're going to take care of you. And the reason I didn't come back is, first of all, I'm in Greece. I'm thinking about Greece, and I'm thinking about New Jersey. I was like, that's a little different.
A little different. Yeah.
But on top of that, I never cheated the game of football. Never cheated it. I gave you everything I had, every play, every day. In practice, I was not the guy to take time off and say, let the young guys do it. I practiced every day. I did everything the right way. And I realized that my heart wasn't in it. And I could have come back and stolen 10 million bucks, but I didn't want to steal anything, and I didn't want guys to look at me and like I'm chasing money and lose respect, because I played for respect more than anything else. And that was the catalyst for me to say, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to stick with this TV thing. But 3 weeks into the TV thing, I thought I made a mistake.
You did, because this happened in the summer, and then you started the TV thing when, like a month or two later, when the season started.
Yeah.
And you moved to LA full time.
And I moved to LA full time, and I start Fox. 3 weeks in, I'm like, this is not for me. I'm done, man. I can't do this TV thing. I need to call the Giants. And a moment happened on the show that changed it forever.
Wow.
And I've learned, never say I got this many points. I got 2 points. I got 3 points. I got 4 points. Never say that on live television. Say, I got 3 points. I got 1. I did 2. After 2, I realized I forgot 3.
You forgot the third, right.
And I'm like in my head going, oh crap, it's not coming to me. And I'm running out of words on point number 2. What's next? What's next?
Yeah.
And then I started acting like I was choking. And the other guys picked up and continued the conversation. And then I remembered, I'm like, oh yeah, again, let me finish up.
Right.
And I finished it up, and I thought to myself, all right, you can do this.
Now
If
do
you
it.
can think
Right.
like that,
But also,
you can do
you
it.
also understood that those guys, like, because when you do that type of show, which I've done before as well, with the little group, it's a team game too.
Yeah.
I always found the most important thing is to listen to whatever. So they were obviously listening to you. They saw, okay, he's struggling. We'll jump in.
But I wasn't really struggling.
Yeah.
I was fake choking.
You were struggling with
I was
with what's
fake
going on
choking because
Right.
I didn't know what number 3 was.
Right.
So I figured the only way to get out of it is like a medical emergency.
Right.
So I started fake choking, like coughing. They finished up, then I came back and finished my point. And I realized if I can think that fast on my feet in that moment like that, then
You could do it. Yeah.
I can do it. And it's a lot of work. And I think people look and they see now and they go, oh, okay, yeah, it just happened. The transition was easy. Transition was not easy. And I've done plenty of things that haven't worked. I don't look at things as failure. I look at them as opportunities that I did something that I got a chance to learn from so that I know
What did you do that you failed at?
I'm not going to say failed, but I did a sitcom on Fox for 1 year called Brothers, which is great. And could have kept going, but I realized I didn't have a passion for acting as I had for other things.
Right.
And one of the worst things to me is to have a job and take a job from somebody who does have passion for it just because you can.
You're right. Just get the game. job.
So I did that, but I enjoy acting in certain ways, but just I realized that wasn't what my future path was going to be. And between that and business ideas and different things or shows you want to work on and produce and my partner, not Constance, and I, we have Smack Entertainment. We have more going on than we can handle.
And you're starting your own podcast network,
Yeah, we're
right?
starting our own podcast network, actually, called the Intersection. And then she and I have a podcast on our site called Hustle Like You're Broke, which is a slogan I came up with years ago with one of the athletes that we represent.
You know who used to say that too, by the way, was Jimmy Connors.
Yeah.
He used to say, play the next point like you're broke.
Yeah, you gotta hustle like you're broke, man. And that's just the way we've run the company, and I know I operate and Constance operates in her life. But there were times when we would be, pitching things and be in meetings, feel like you're almost close and you just get the door slammed in your face.
Doesn't happen.
Slammed in your face. But you gotta stick with it just like everything else in life. So a lot of failures along the way, a lot of rejection along the way, but never a loss of commitment and desire to push forward. I've learned so much, and it has not been easy, but it's been fun when I think back on it. And I kind of like, going from when we met and being the football player, and when people would see you. And they go, oh, you're the football player, or you're the tennis guy, or you're the pizza guy.
Right. The big pizza guy.
Yeah, but inside, for me, it was cool when I was a young player. But as I got older, and you're like year 12, 13, 14, 15, and somebody's saying that, it was irritating to me. Not irritating, I don't fault the people for saying that, but it would just kind of ate my soul because I saw myself as being more than just a football player. And I think that's because I didn't grow up playing football.
Right.
So it wasn't everything in my life. It was something that I kind of...
You kind of fell into it in a way,
Fell into it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't everything for me. I gave it everything I had when I was there. But after that, it was time to give everything I had to something else. And now I just enjoy doing things that people don't think that athletes or former football players should be able to do.
It's amazing.
And keep pushing until they tell me no to something.
Presented by Volition America, which gives 13% of its profits to Folds of Honor. Sponsored by Fire Department Coffee, veteran-owned and run by firefighters.
It's amazing to watch you do what you do in the morning. I love watching it. Do you think, I think I know the answer to this, but easier to be interviewed or be the interviewer?
You tell me, Big Daddy, what do you think?
I like...
Got you off guard.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'll be honest with you. Being the interviewee is a lot easier than being the interviewer.
Absolutely.
And I've noticed that you've got to do your research when you interview somebody. Like, obviously with you, I don't have to because I know the whole book inside out. But with other people that, we've interviewed, I've had to read and look at who they are.
Do a little homework.
You gotta prepare.
Put the homework in, We interviewed Ed Burns last week.
Love Ed, yeah.
He was great.
Great guy.
Great guy, and we hit it off right away. Long Island guy, and
Yeah.
then he's a big Giants fan.
Yep.
and big Knicks fan, big sports guy, and so that was easy. But then there's other ones where you, all right, wow, I got to study and at least let me know what I'm going to ask. And if he asks me something, I got to know the answer.
And that's the thing. I think being an interviewer is harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's different from sports when you're
Just answering questions.
You just answer questions.
Yeah.
And then it's almost
How'd you play
automatic.
today? Yeah.
Yeah, you can decide. You kind of have a built-in memory bank of quotes or things that you would say. And so that was always easier. I think interviewing obviously is harder because you have to, even if you know somebody, you have to listen. And for me, GMA has been doing live with Kelly was different because that was kind of general brush surface stuff.
Right.
It's pretty simple. But
You made it look simple, by the way.
Yeah.
Not simple. That's not simple either.
or kind of personality.
Yeah,
driven
personality,
show. So if you
right.
can get on there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
rather than
Do your
have a little
smile, the old
fun,
Strahan smile.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're
Make
good.
some facial
Yeah.
expressions. You knock it out.
Right.
But GMA is different because you have to do so many
Hard
different topics.
news.
Yeah, it's news.
Yeah.
I got to do tragedy. I
Yep.
have to do joy. You have to do, triumph and despair, and you have to have a full range of emotions and transition from one emotion to the next like that. But then when you're interviewing somebody, a lot of these says it's serious topics, so you have to understand how, what's going on, obviously, but also anticipate.
Right.
You just don't, you ask a question, you're listening, but you also have anticipated when you've gone through my notes or questions about what the answer may be if it goes this way or that way, Doug.
You got to be prepared to go a few different
You gotta
directions,
be
right?
Prepared. And it's a mentally, it's a lot of work. And I think even when I'm sitting at the desk and I don't have a story, say George is talking to Robin's talking to Terry, Howie, Jimmy at the time, Kurt, I'm studying them. Like I'm just not sitting there on the show like passively.
You're looking at stuff.
I'm actually watching how they deliver. I'm watching their tone with their speech. I'm watching the follow-up questions. I'm watching how they, sometimes they have those questions so wordy. And George is a master at like getting straight to the point.
Right.
Doesn't BS. He just straight, and I love it.
Got him into some hot water here and there.
Yeah, and he's fearless about it. He doesn't care who you are. George, come at you, man. And I even told him one day, I watched him interview somebody, and I said, hey, if I ever get in trouble, I'm not coming to you. You're not interviewing me if I get in trouble, man. Nope, ain't happening.
And how about Robin? I've always admired her with ESPN and all she does.
Robin helped me so much. I've been doing live with Kelly and Michael. I'm at the Oscars for the first time on the red carpet, and I am nervous. And she was hosting the main ABC show. I was doing it for our live show when I interviewed people, and we cut it into our show. She's doing a live ABC show, and before the show, we're all on the red carpet, and I see her across the room and across the red carpet, and she's like, "Hey, Michael, hey." I go over there, and she looks at me, and she goes, "Are you nervous?" And I go, "I am so scared. I'm scared to death." And she looked at me and said, "You belong."
Wow.
She goes,
Yeah.
"I came from sports too. You belong
Right.
here." Just that little simple thing of kindness from her completely relaxed me on that red carpet. And I had the time of my life and did it years and years. And then she and I ended up hosting the red carpet for ABC
Amazing.
ourselves for a few times. So she has been an important part of my broadcast or post-football career as anybody else. And very simply just being there for me in that little moment completely changed my
Give you that confidence.
Give him confidence, yeah.
What about this pad right here, the man cave here? Because you talk about, your interest in other things. And, and
I
you
love
got
everything.
these incredible cars here, many of them German.
A lot of cars.
I got Americans. I got everything. But I'm kind of like a
Rotating them through?
rotisserie circuit.
Right.
Well, some of these I've had for a long time. Some I will hopefully not get rid of. But I kind of go through cars a lot, but I try to do it in a smart way. But I love cars. I think it's growing up in Germany. The kid. Older brothers who love cars, and we'd be on the school bus and be like, "That's my car, that's my car," as they pass by and argue over, "No, I named it first," when none of us could afford a cup of gas, a cup of gas.
Right.
And so now to be able to kind of do something that I enjoy, and this is my passion. I love cars. I like your
tequila. I like your tequila stock there too.
I love golf.
I might come over here again, Michael, if I get the invite.
I'm kind of, I guess, a dude's dude, man. I mean, all the things you think that guys would like, I was
like
sucking
them
for it. I like them, and I love it. And I love, and I love my friends. Like I enjoy coming over here and hanging out. And I'll throw, like when the Knicks were playing, they were on the road. I'd throw a party over here. It still smells like smoking here a little bit to me because we had a grill. Guys were out there smoking,
smoking meat
barbecue
and
and stuff, and it was flowing through the building. But I love like having this space is like my man cave, but at the same time, I've had more fun here sharing it with people than I ever had over here by myself.
So we talk about cars. I was sharing a story before and see how your memory is. I'm in L.A.
Oh, how could I forget?
So basically, I was basically living at Michael's house
Yeah.
on the beach.
You get a house on the beach, man.
and all of a sudden you got a lot of new
you
friends.
got a lot of friends who decide they want to come visit.
Yeah.
So it was funny. We would meet. He was playing, and remember when we would meet at the airport. I'd be like, oh, here's those tickets for the game this weekend because we had a box then, and I'd be like, here. Literally, he was flying out of one gate. I'm coming in on the other one. We'd meet. I'll see you at the end of the week because I would fly back for the game.
Yeah,
you know.
But he'd go stay at my place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh, yeah.
stayed there more nights than I have, guaranteed.
No, that was down in Hermosa. But the funniest time that I ever, the fun, it was at my expense though. Michael says, "Come on, we got to take this car from Hermosa up to Brentwood." And I'm like, I'm not looking at what car it is, but I'm like, all right. It was like that.
It was a
Remember?
Ferrari, Lamborghini?
It was a lot smaller than that.
Oh, wow.
It was a Ferrari.
Yeah.
It was a 430 Spider, and silver with a red interior.
Right into, and he's like, "Come on, we gotta go." And I'm like,
Oh man.
I ain't going to
Were you going to play golf?
No,
No,
we
just
were
take it
I
for a
don't know
ride.
where we were going.
we
it
were
was a
going-
bad choice of cars.
Yeah, it was not-
Right.
It was definitely not suitable for me. So I kind of like, you remember the movie Gator with Burt Reynolds and the guy Bones?
Yep.
He drove, the guy was like 7 foot tall, sticking out the
Head
top.
sticking out the top of the car.
That was me. And he's driving. And so everybody looking at us like, wow, look at those two idiots. Especially look at the big dumb guy sitting next. He didn't fit in that car. And I'm going to myself. And then it was like, what should have been like a 20-minute ride was like an hour and a half ride on the 405. And we're like, I'm like,
getting him to roll out of it, that's always the interesting
get
part.
out of that thing.
I wish I had cameras back then. I
Yeah,
wish
we
I
didn't
had the
have-
phones back then. That would
You know,
have been classic.
that was like, and we talk about fun moments, right? So now we're at the Kentucky Derby and he's sitting down at a table. And, I'm standing behind him. So right away, wow, that must be Stray's security guy or whatever. So some guy comes over to me and says, hey, are you for hire? And I'm like saying to myself, like,
For what?
for what? Like, what are you implying? And he says to me, well, aren't you Michael's security guy? I go, nah, man, there's just no room at the table, so I'm standing behind him. And it was like, the guy was like, like I burst his bubble because I said no.
Well, the good thing is at least you're big enough to be my security guy, because whenever I have had security in the past, it's like, that little guy's got to protect you.
What's he
Like,
gonna do?
He has the gun.
Yeah.
I know. He's
Very
got me. It's all good.
I know that recently there was a little military honor that you receiving for your family as well.
Yeah.
You seem pretty emotional about that. Why did that mean so much to you?
It's something. USAA. I went out to D.C. because USAA did this installation where they put all the names of 41 million military personnel over the years, over 250 plus years, and they had the names of each one of them displayed on this double-sided flag, and the flag, the stripes were named. It's like an LED screen, but it looks like they were engraved in limestone. It's really beautiful. And at night, the way it lights up, and you can go there and find your family member, the friend, or anybody you know served in the military, and have their name displayed on it. And it was just like to see my dad's name, to see my brother's name, who both of them have passed away. My sister is still living, thank goodness. Just like to see them and know that they're seen for what they did and the service that they gave to the country.
Yeah.
Like that hits you.
Yeah.
And growing up on military bases, that's just what you do, and you're around the military, and you see how they operate, and the excellence, and the teamwork, and the camaraderie, and all those things that make them great. But I think sometimes it gets lost. We kind of they're just there.
Right.
You know, like underwear, they're just there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't even think about it, just there.
Yeah.
But they do so much. So for me, it was emotional to see them being recognized, but also the entire installation. And USA did an incredible job with that. Really
It just seems like you've taken kind of what you grew up around, right? What
Mm-hmm.
you were just talking about, the military, the camaraderie, pulling for each other. You've kind of brought that into everything you've done.
Yeah.
You know, you have this amazing personality, which is obviously part of it, and a talent as a player, but you kind of brought this mindset into everything you've done. You think that's why you've been so successful?
Yeah,
yeah.
I think everybody, people look like, oh, you know, trust me, a lot of luck, but a lot of people behind pushing me and encouraging me. And my dad being the first one, both my parents, but my dad was the one that said, you're gonna go here, and you're getting a football scholarship. When I wanted to quit after my first semester, I took the light bulbs, man, out the lamp, so I wasn't going back to college. And my dad was the one who said, well, you're not staying here. You better figure something out.
What are you going to do?
But it made me realize, okay, you have to take care of yourself. You can't depend on your parents or anyone else to take care of you. And no one owes you anything. And that's the thing I tell my kids, when, not if, obviously, but no one owes you anything. You got to earn it. No one owes you a job. No one owes you respect. No one owes you anything. Everything you get in this life, you got to earn it. And that is just kind of, I think, the military side of my dad. And the fact that when I was 7 years old at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, he would take us and make us go run with the troops in the morning. When I was in Germany growing up and I decided I didn't want to be Bob, he used to wake me up at 5:30 in the summer to go run in Kafertal Woods, and we go out there and run for miles. But it was all of those things that I think in my life, when people go, you work hard, you do this, I'm like, nah, trust me, this is not hard work.
Right.
Hard work, what it took was what it took to get here. This now, not that I don't work hard, but it pales a comparison to what it took.
Right.
I think back, and I know I've been very fortunate, but I think about working out when everybody in college is home for breaks, and because my parents were in Germany, couldn't afford to fly back every little break, so I'm in a dorm room by myself. But instead of sitting there and sulking
doing
about
your
it,
Jane Fonda workouts.
yeah, doing my Jane Fonda workout. And that's what I was doing.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
literally working out where everybody else on break, and I'm here for a week or two by myself in a dorm room. They gave me a key to the weight room, so I would go work out, and I would do all these things. And I was never in college just to be in college. I was in college to get out of college.
Right.
I was in college I wanted to make my family proud. So for me, I've always had that thing where I'm always pushing to be better for the next thing. And not saying that where I'm at is not good enough, but I kind of want to challenge myself.
That's why you're starting a new
in this
company.
life.
Yeah.
I had friends, well,
You don't need
doing,
to do
man?
that, right?
You
Yeah,
have
you don't
enough jobs?
Yeah,
I'm
right,
like,
yeah.
to be honest with you, yeah, I do. But
Yeah.
for some reason, I just want to see how I can do with it.
I got to ask you this, so just when we're getting to the end, because we appreciate all the time you've been giving us. When you think about all the things you've done, you know, which are plenty, and the success you've had, is there still kind of one thing that you would say as Michael Strahan right now, man, that's something pretty cool, like I never thought. And I'm talking maybe not a job, just something like you've been able to do. You've done so much. You've been at the Oscars, you're doing, you
I
know.
went to space.
Ben, I was about to say,
There you go. Maybe that's it.
I
I mean, that's just so far out.
yeah, oh man. Well, I gotta say, going to space, Blue Origin was like, you know, that was pretty amazing. If there's something I haven't done, I'm pretty sure there's plenty. But I think that the things I haven't done would definitely not be work related. Would probably be just like pleasure related. Like I want to take a trip over to Asia. I've never been to Asia. I've never had enough time off in my life to go for more than, like even
A
now
week at a
I work,
time,
I
yeah.
get 2 weeks max off
Right.
before I have to be back at work in my contract. So I want to do stuff like that. I want to travel more. I want to see a little bit more of the world and really just experience those things. But outside of that, man, professionally, I've pretty much done everything I've thought about doing and a lot more than I never imagined. I mean, I'm freaking, hosting a $100,000 pyramid at Dick Clark show, and I'm like,
Amazing.
Sitting there on set, you have no idea how many times I sit places, and even to this day at GMA or there or football, and I go, what am I doing here?
Right.
You know, how did I even get here? Do I even belong here? You still have those things that come through your mind because I'm in disbelief that this has turned out to be my life. Because you never know growing up where it's going to go. You just work hard and hopefully it ends up good.
As Robin said, you belong, my man.
Thank you, my
and
brother.
we appreciate you letting us come here. Big Daddy's my guy. He's your guy for a long time, and love what he brings to the table, too.
I love what he brings to the table, but he didn't bring me any damn pizza, so I don't know. I don't even know why I let him in the building.
Listen, you know, you got to go to Umberto's because, you know,
see, that's another thing. You get your own show, you can't even bring your friends pizza no more. They got to go pick it up themselves nowadays.
Exactly, got to do it themselves.
Well, look, I'm trying to get leaner. I'm trying to get leaner and fitter like you. So, you know, I'm trying to.
We know about your work ethic.
Nah, I'm just trying. You know my whole motivation for working out? I don't want my teammates and friends to see me on TV and text me going, boy, look like you gave up.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Mac Daddy.
Michael, thank you, my man.
Pleasure, baby.
Michael Strahan, everyone. #1 guest here on Mac Daddy. We love it.
Volition America is an authentic, disruptive brand of clothing that ultimately gives back. So every time the consumer makes a choice to buy Volition America, they're changing their lives, but they're also changing the life of a military or first responder family benefiting Folds of Honor. And that is a combination that, quite frankly, does not exist in the world.
For less than $1 per serving, 1 packet of Fire Department Coffee's instant coffees and a shaker bottle is all you need to make a great tasting, delicious coffee that'll give you the experience of actually keeping your hard-earned cash in your pocket and giving you the energy that you need to make it through your day. Grab some today.